viewers out there, you're welcome to our Thursday edition of Sports Orbit. My name is Apacho. Sam Usman is also in the studio with me. Welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Ashu.
In today's edition of the program, we begin straight from the actually the 13th Women AFCON, where the Super Falcons of Nigeria will know their fate today as the draw is set to hold later this evening in Rabat. Sorry, on Friday evening in Morocco. The field of 12 finalist teams will be framed into three groups of four teams each, with the top two teams in each group as well as the best two third place teams in the three groups advancing to the quarter final. All the four top place teams in the last edition are also in the field of 12, this time the cup holder of South Africa host Morocco, Namibia, and Nigeria. Also qualified are Ghana, Algeria, Botswana, DRC, Tunisia, Senegal, Tanzania, and Mali, while the competition will hold from the 5th to 6th of July 2025. So, of course, later tomorrow, Super Falcons will know their likely opponents in the 2025 Women AFCON.
Yeah. Well, as the normal say, we pray for favorable draw, but there's no need to pray for favorable draw. When it comes to Africa women football, Super Falcons are always a force to reckon with. And the Super Falcons, whoever the officials, I think they have what it takes, whoever the group, anywhere they find their group, to navigate their group out of the group and to go to the next round of competition. But all we want is that if we want to a favorable draw, probably that's all we can pray for now.
Yeah. Of course, the most talked about African military games began with the president, who was presented by the VP, declaring the games open, while he charged for the participating countries to use the events as an avenue to tackle security challenges in the continent. Of course, the games currently on gradually taking shape. So I'm sure as the weeks go by, we'll be able to give our viewers more updates from the games.
Yeah, I think I would like to say kudos to Nigerian military, Nigerian armed forces for putting this game together. It is also an avenue to reinforce each other and unite. Unite against all the security challenges between the African. And the last time the first edition of this game was 20 years ago. But after 20 years, almost 2 decades, and Nigerians are now be able to put this game together and then bring it all African countries together. About 25 African countries, they say, but at the moment, not all that 25 African countries are present at the moment. Some are just trying to make their way to the country. Particularly the Equatorial Guinea just arrived today, and we are just participating only in the football event. A total of 20 games lined up for all the military formations within the military formation from all the African countries to participate. But most people some countries are pulling out of most of some of them. For instance, like in the football event, only. The football event and the draw was just held about some hours ago. Only four countries are competing in the football event: Nigeria, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, and Nigeria. Out of almost 25 countries that are supposed to participate in this game. I think, in as much as we give kudos to the Nigerian armed forces for putting this game together, I think that the organizers of African game need to do more and sensitizing participating countries about this game, because we can't talk about Africa game, African military game, and only four countries are participating in the football, which is the king of sport.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't tell well about the game in my view. And for instance, while we're also saying about the four countries participating in the women game, the story of the women football event is even something that is not to say about it at all, because it's a total world issue. All the participants going to have to withdraw from the women football event. Left only Nigeria, the host, that is starting alone in the football. Automatically, they've already even kicking the game. They've already placed the medal of the women football game. The Equatorial Guinea that was expected to come and compete with them in the football game also at the last minute also pulled out. They said they're only participating in the women football. So, like I said earlier, the organizers of this game, and particularly the armed forces, the Africa Armed Game, the organizers need to sensitize the participating countries, need to sensitize the armed forces countries about this game, because you can't have an African game, and only one country will register for one particular game. But however, if you're looking at if you watch the opening ceremony yesterday, it was a fantastic organization, and if you have a problem to get a national stadium of as we speak, it's a big hub of activity going on there. So I think I believe at the end of the day, the aim, which is ultimately uniting the Africans against insecurity, should be achieved.
So like much awareness wasn't generated for this game, because I know that there have been talks about it, but it was mainly like in the last maybe 2 weeks I really saw something was coming up, beginning to see banners around and all of that. So I thought maybe the organization was a bit, maybe there was something missing somewhere, maybe awareness, or I really don't understand, because I was expecting that, like you said, Abuja will be filled with all kinds of military sportsmen from all over Africa, but it's just quite unfortunate that not too many of them.
Yes, just like you see, if you're talking about awareness, maybe what I was saying earlier, that I'm talking of the organs who organize this.
Yeah, that's
the African organs who organize this.
Sure.
To sensitize Africa. What you are saying, like, I'm talking about, if you are talking of sensitize Nigeria to be aware.
No, I'm not talking of Nigeria. I'm talking of generally among the continent. Yeah, exactly.
The continent, yes. What is quite disheartening to say an African game of over, according to them, they were expecting 25 countries. In total, it's an African game, not just a regional game.
Exactly.
We are talking of the entire continent, not West Africa or a sub-regional game. And out of 53 African nations in the continent, and they were expecting to have 25 teams, 25 nations coming for this game. And like I told you, in a particular event, we are just having only 2, and only one country that is host country participating. So I quite agree, just like you say, the organizers going forward, probably you also understand that for them, the first edition of this game was held 20 years ago.
Exactly.
Maybe there's a large gap.
Yeah, exactly.
And that large gap may have accounted for this low impression that we're having about it.
All right, away from that, now to some other stories where former Super Eagles midfielder, that's Monsieur Adekoju, says he believes that Guaivon is the right man to lead the Super Eagles. Of course, we all know that with the conclusion of the AFCON qualifiers, he's expected to step back into his role as technical director, but it's yet to be seen what the plans of the NFF are, if they are still, like we are hearing, they are bent on still bringing in a foreign technical advisor. But a few Nigerians, a few of his former colleagues have been, calling on the federation to give him the judge on a permanent basis.
I think this call is just a show of solidarity.
Definitely.
And our S international should also know when to speak, when not to speak. Yes, there's nothing wrong with supporting one of your own.
Yeah.
But to say he's the right man for the job, I disagree. You can't tell Nigerians that Gbagbo is the right man for the job. Yes, based on he has done well, based on what he has achieved within the qualified Nigeria for Africa Cup of Nations 2025 with the game to spend. But if you look at the last game, the manner at which we lost to Gabon, Rwanda, at the last minute, he called for it's a serious offside, and he tell about the technical in-depth of the and the technical crew. Yes, there was not much at stake for Nigeria to win that match, but pride is at stake. Pride is at stake, and in a game that you play after scoring a goal, we allow Rwanda to come from here and get a winning goal. So it clearly showed that if in that particular game, the only player we're missing that game was instrumental, that was after it was Ademola Lookman. So if Ademola Lookman was not playing and you rested some of your key players, it clearly showed that without those movements, you don't have any alternative ideas. So, but I'm not disputing, I'm not faulting Adekoju should supporting one of their own. Even if Kanwa was also saying before that he did the job about. Yes, but to say that he's the right man, you can also give Gbagbo the opportunity to give him the opportunity, to give him a chance to go ahead with the team. But to say he's the right man, as if there's no other person who's qualified for the job. I disagree with that.
All right, to the CAF Awards 2024, where Super Falcons duo of Rashidat Ajibade and Chiamaka Nadeji have been nominated for Player of the Year. 2 players were nominated along with 8 other players. Recall that the Ajibade and Nadozie were part of Super Falcons squad to the 2024 Olympic Games. First, looks like the first time in a long while where assistants
Yeah, for the first time, Assistant is not going to contest for the title for the award this time around. After since for the past 1 decade, so since 2015, he has always been on the list, and but for the first time in 10 years, his name is missing from this list for the first time, and we hope that in her absence, the two of Nozie and Jibade will be able to score the talent and still keeping the title within Nigeria. So, but Nozie on the last edition was also among the top 5. And at the end of the day, he ended up becoming the best goalkeeper of the goalkeeper. And we hope that this time around he should also win the 2 awards, African Best Player. But it's hardly to see a goalkeeper becoming the best player.
Maybe he might win best goalkeeper again.
Maybe ultimately going to win the best goalkeeper. That's why our poor performance at the Olympics. He was in our own performance. He was outstanding, trying to reduce the goal tally that Nigeria considered the game.
All right, let's go on a quick break. When we return, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back from the break. It's still Sports Orbit. Now, of course, this weekend there will also be interesting NPFL matches. If we have the fixtures, we'll take a look at them. This week will be match week 12. Match week 13 actually. So the league is gradually, getting to its halfway. Of course, it will be El Kanemi Warriors up against Aqua United. Para United will make the trip to Benin where they take on Bendel Insurance. Eyimba will host Sunshine Stars, while Heartland, another Oriental Derby, who seem to be doing not too badly under Amumike, will host Rangers, who are the current champions. Katsina United will welcome Bremo Stars, while struggling Lobby Stars will be at home to Kano Pillars in top encounter. That one will be the Niger Tornadoes against Ikorodu FC. Plateau United against Nasra United, another derby there, while Rivers United host Abia Warriors. Bayelsa United will be in Akure to take on Shooting Stars.
Yeah, interesting feature to look out for, particularly the fans. I think all road will definitely lead to Danganya Stadium at the where Heartland and Ranger will square up in the Oriental Derby.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one between Manuela Moneki and David Ileshuku. For Ileshuku side, obviously, I'm looking at what Amoneki have done in recent time. After strong start, he has begun to find his rhythm, and it's going to be an interesting game to watch out for in Oriental Derby. And then another interesting game that we also look out for this weekend is the game between Kano Pillars and Lobby Stars. Yes, Lobby Stars has looking at the current form. Lobby Stars may not have a chance to stand against the Kano Pillars, but at the same time, Kano Pillars also, and after some after some sign of positive form, they are beginning to also strongly
Exactly.
find out that at their last game, they managed to draw two at home against Heartland and Lobby staff who are obviously strong. I hope that Daniel Mamokashi and his coaching crew will be able to get the better side of the Caterpillar this weekend at the Lafayette Stadium when they play the home matches. Ikorodu is another rising side
Exactly.
where they are doing well currently. They are currently on four match unbeaten run. And Niger Tenedo, who has suffered a surprise defeat to Academy Warrior last weekend, we definitely hope to come back to winning. But I could do with the support of their sponsors. We definitely definitely not want to remove their left from the bed at this moment. So at the Mina Stadium, it's also going to be an interesting game to watch out for there. And another North Central derby between Plateau United and Nasarawa United is also a game to watch out for.
Yeah, exactly. All right, some other news now where captain of Cheetahs of Benin Republic, Steve Mooney, has condemned the maltreatment his team endured during their trip to Libya for the final match of the 2025 AFCON qualifiers. They secured the tournament. They are placed with a 0-0 draw against Libya while finishing in Group B on goal difference ahead of Rwanda. However, the team's celebrations were marred by aggressive actions from Libyan fans and security personnel. I think so. I mean, clearly, everybody who saw this will now see that the Libyans just have a way of not treating their visitors well.
They are not. They are not a good. They are not a good host. And it clearly showed that there is a confusion that what happened to Super Eagle, was not just a mistake. It's a planned action, and you can see that that's why the champion against them, they're still repeating the same
Exactly.
thing against the Republic. They actually won't know that they don't have any chance to progress in the competition. They have nothing to play for, but they still when hosts are against the visiting team like the Republic. So it's really unfortunate, and we're hoping that the sanction against them will $50,000 fines and 3 point go again 3 go and 3 point against them should be enough to serve as a deterrent for them and then to put them in the proper shape to be a good host. But unfortunately, Leopard can never change his color.
At all. And people have even said, look, it's time CAF takes a harder decision, because look, Libya is at war. It's exactly hostile. So people have been saying, look, with the experience of Nigeria, for now, ask them to play all of their home matches somewhere else. Because so that this thing will not result to one day players or officials losing lives. Because you can imagine, in spite of the sanctions they've been slammed with, they still decided to still do the same thing to the Republic, damning the consequences. So I think FIFA should come down harder.
Yes, CAF.
Rather.
I agree with you. CAF should value the life of the African players and not suggesting the life of African players at risk just because we want to please Libya.
Exactly.
If Libya is not comfortable for playing at this moment, remove them from the competition. And if they are not willing to play away from home, then delete them from all your competitions.
Exactly. All right, some foreign news now where Arsenal legend Patrick Vieira has been appointed as the new head coach of Syria club Genoa. He joins the club, which is currently 17th in the Italian league, 1 point above the relegation zone. Another tough job for Vieira, who was at Crystal Palace. Didn't do too badly, if you ask me, but now in Genoa. Well, the good thing with this kind of thing is gradually building up his CV.
But it's gradually building up his CV, but taking on a team that is struggling at a very, very dangerous and at the end of the day, if you're not be able to succeed and you go down with the club, it also affects your CV.
Of course, but sometimes you might want to understand with him, the club is already in 17th position, and we all know his coaching pedigree is still not up there. So sometimes I'm sure some of these coaches take this job just as a learning process, learning the rope and all of that.
Even sometimes I'm able to understand how the football coaches. It depends on individual. Apart from apart from your credibility, apart from your history as a good player, it's also just like in school. Not everybody are brilliant students.
Yeah.
So I wonder why, but you remember also what I studied in Guardiola at the Man City. Today, Ateta is rising high, and Vieira is finding he's struggling to find his feet in the coaching box. But maybe this Genua will not give him opportunity to provide a profile. But no doubt about him, he's a great player in his play time. But in terms of coaching, yes, he just like we said, he's not doing bad. He didn't do bad at the Crystal Palace. But you need to prove more.
All right, let's go to the EPL now. Of course, after a 2-week break, the EPL is back again this weekend, and of course, interesting matches will be going down this weekend. First off will be Leicester City, who will host Chelsea at the King Power Stadium. AFC Bournemouth against Brighton and Hove. Arsenal will welcome Nottingham Forest, while Crystal Palace will be at Villa Park against Aston Villa. Brentford will be at Goodison Park to take on Everton, while Fulham will welcome Wolverhampton Wanderers. Clearly, what looks like the star match of the weekend, Man City will host Tottenham at the Etihad. Southampton, Liverpool at a tricky one there. Ipswich Town, coached by former United assistant coach McKenna, will welcome Manchester United in Amorim's first game in charge, while Newcastle United will take on West Ham United at St. James Park.
Yeah, interesting game. Just like we say, some might definitely will be Man City's Tottenham. Man City's they are probably 4 matches without a win.
Yeah,
and probably they will be able to navigate their way back to the winning way against Tottenham. And Tottenham also lose their last match surprisingly to Ipswich.
Exactly.
And so both of them are aiming to bounce back to the winning way. So it's going to be an interesting game to look out for. And for Newcastle United, what an easy way to start. Not strong team, but we hope that they will be able to start on the sound footing and probably get his result. Arsenal also like to get back to win, bounce back strongly against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, if you look at their performance,
it's quite a tricky
team. They're also among the top three.
Yeah.
Among on the top position at the moment. So it's going to be a tricky time for Arsenal, and I hope that Peter and his coaching crew will be able to get what they want at the moment. So, particularly, it's always difficult when you welcome your player from international break, and I see a lot of clubs struggling this weekend.
Yeah, of course. Up there to Leicester City against Chelsea, another tricky one. Leicester.
Yeah, but Leicester, they just come back from the relegation, but and if you look at them this season, they are not doing any consistent performance. So I think Chelsea will not have much problem dispersing them and getting out to the point in this game.
Well, another quite a tricky tie there too. Looks like Southampton against Liverpool. It looks like it might be easy for Liverpool, but sometimes Southampton have a way of springing up surprises.
Yeah, but I don't think the slow and the Spain will have difficult maintaining their top position with another sound performance against Southampton. And at the same time, Newcastle West Ham is also a game to watch out for. Very tricky side. The two sides, not top performer, but they are always a club to reckon with any day, anytime. And so some of them can be surprised when you don't expect them to give you that surprise.
All right, with that's our package on today's edition of the program. Don't forget, tomorrow the Super Falcons will know their opponents, and of course, like we said earlier, the military games are on, so be sure to get regular updates from us.
In our moment from now, Nigerians Cameroon will square up in a football match, and there is another rivalry between Nigerians Cameroon is always a rival to watch.
Exactly.
So if I'm not, the game is currently on at the moment. Nigeria between Nigeria and at 6 p.m. Equatorial Guinea will take on Nigeria in another football match.
All right, that's that for today. Until we come your way next week again, do join us again on Monday. Same time, 3 p.m. So thank you for being in the studio once again on today's edition of the program.
Thank you, sir.
Until we come your way, do have a wonderful weekend. My name is Alpha Achua, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last